Hello, good evening, and welcome to Monday Night Paranormal Live with myself and Jenny from Host for Ghosts, Angela from the South Coast, and Luke, one of our investigators there.
There's Jen. Sitting over the other side.
Burping away. So if you hear any strange noises, that'll be Jen. So don't panic, or Lynn. You're either Jen or Lynn, so it'll be one or the other. Yeah. So if you hear anything, it's not paranormal, it's just Jen or Lynn. So, hope you all had a great week. We were off investigating Saturday, Fort Widley, which was quite a good night. Had a little bit of an incident during the middle of it, which obviously was dealt with, so the energy dropped a little bit. So we'll talk about what we got from there. Also, again, we got Fort Brockhurst coming up in April the 25th. So the tickets still available. They are selling slowly. So if you really want to go to a great location, see myself, Andrew, Luke will be there, Dora and Jenny. Come and meet us. Come and join us there. It's the second time that we've done this. First time was a little bit slow starting off, but it picked up. You know, as we say, you know, the spirit is sussing us out as much as we're watching them. So hopefully second time round. It's a great location, massive place. We only have like the middle part of the fort because they're renovating around the outside. But as they finish renovating, she said that, you know, the area will get bigger and bigger and bigger. It's just that health and safety don't allow us to trundle through the scaffolding and bits of floor missing, and obviously they have to be careful with theirs. So as more of the fort is renovated, so we will get access to more of the fort as we go along. So Saturday night, we were at Fort Widley in, I think it's classed as Portsmouth, I'm not sure. Is it Portsmouth? Hi, Alan. Yep. So we were there Saturday night, myself and Luke. Lynn was there, and I think about 25 people, Luke, wasn't it, really? We were there with, obviously, Paranormal. There was a lot of people, wasn't it? Yeah. So we were there Saturday night. So we got in about 7 o'clock. So before anybody turned out, it was myself, Julia, Gemma, and Mark. And we were setting up, getting all the things out of the car like you do, rushing around, and got the two-way radios on, whatever. So we thought we'd go down the tunnels, just the four of us, to have a go before anybody else turned up. So, and it was scary. we got sort of down to one of the tunnels, and it's quite deep in a big, massive puddle. So everybody's wearing trainers, got wet feet, because there's no other way around the puddle. Wasn't it, Luke? Did you go through that puddle?
No, one in the other tunnel.
Yeah, it was quite deep, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So you get wet feet. So I was lucky I had my motorcycle trainers, my boots on, so I was lucky. So we were down there 20 minutes, half an hour, I suppose. We had what sounded like knocks and taps and running up the tunnel, but we couldn't work out which tunnel it was coming from because we were right in the middle, and you know, a couple said it's here, and me and Gemma, I think, said no, it's here. So we couldn't really determine, but it was quite a loud, like something running. So that was quite good. So we spent 20 minutes, half an hour, then went back up to the base room, and we were just putting the kettle on, getting everything ready for the guests to come along. There was this massive scraping sound. And we thought, what was that? And we looked around, and one of the chairs had moved on its own away from the table. Yeah, literally, like someone pulling it out to sit down on it. We're all looking at each other going, that chair wasn't there. That chair was against the table, and it actually slid its way. It slid away from the table, which was really interesting, especially to have activity in a base room. You know, before you've even started, we were like, "Whoa!" You know, I've never seen this before. Normally, off down the tunnels, you'll get all your stuff, but this one, it literally was a chair moving, and we could not make it out where it. We saw one chair that was out of place, like quite a way off the table. That really wasn't. We definitely wasn't in the middle of the room when we put it against the table. So, and it was out, and we physically heard it move. So that was an interesting start. Obviously, then the guests turned up and did the little walk around as you do. Bit of a misty, cold night, bit miserable, bit wet in the mist. Not really rain, but it was misty and damp in the mist. and then you're looking out over Portsmouth was quite a sight with the mist hanging over the top of the town. It looked quite spooky from up there. Have you looked at it?
Yeah.
Did you look at it, Luke?
Yeah, did you?
It looked quite spooky, didn't it?
You did, yeah.
It's like it's just moving along above the town. So a lot of people was outside taking pictures of it because it's quite unusual to be that high above the mist, you know?
Yeah.
So we started off, we went down the right-hand tunnel, get to the middle, and there's one straight in front of you and one to the left. So we went straight across and down that tunnel. So we were down there for quite a while, and little taps and knocks and not a great deal of activity, a few bits moving, wasn't it, Luke? Not a great deal of activity. And then we could hear what sounded like people screaming and running up and down the tunnels and laser light, green lights flashing around, wasn't it, Luke? And, you know, we're all looking at each other thinking, well, who's that? So, and a couple of other guests were getting a bit annoyed, which they're entitled to, you know, because people were messing around. So after about half an hour, 40 minutes, I thought, you know what, we can't do this. This is just going to ruin whole night. You know, why would Spirit bother to do anything for us when this type of stuff was going on? They were screaming, weren't they, Luke, running around the tunnels, shining laser pins in people's eyes and all of that really dangerous stuff. So in the end, I thought, you know what, no, because it's just going to ruin this. And, it, you know, it's not her fault, but it had to be dealt with. So I ended up turfing them out, asked them to leave politely. Eventually they went. And, of course, the energy had dropped. A lot of people were sort of spread out over the two tunnels, some upstairs, some back in the base room. So the energy dropped a little bit in the middle part of it. So it was quite difficult to build it back up. So we went back down to the tunnel to the right, to the right as you come up. And I was down there. It was me, Mark, Luke, another paranormal group. I can't remember who they were. Who else was in there, Luke? Your mum and Amy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we're standing there calling out like you do, you know, any spirits here. And the cat ball in the room at the end kept going off. It was really flashing. So we had an luminous ping pong ball. So we tried that. And a lot of the people said it was moving. You'd actually see it move.
Okay.
I don't know whether it's a trick of your eyes or whether it was actually moving. It did actually look like it was moving, to be honest. But I didn't know whether, because of the green light, it was a bit of a trick of the light, you know? Did you think it moved, Luke?
It's really dark around and something really bright. You're not really sure.
And I think, did you think it moved, Luke? Was you there when that happened?
Yeah, I did. I saw it move, yeah.
You saw it move?
Yeah. It might have done, yeah.
But I couldn't see it myself, but, you know, a few people said it's moving. It's actually moving. But I don't know. I couldn't say yes or no because no matter what I looked at, I couldn't really see. But it could well have been moving. I think people took videos of it. So it'd be interesting if we can get some videos off of them and, like, show you what it was like. Did you video it, Luke?
No, I didn't know.
No, I didn't either. I should have done. But we had the cat ball flashing. Couldn't get the REM pods to go off, did they? No. No matter how hard this cat ball was flashing. And so we started to do the calling out. Are you a female? Are you a male? You know, and the cat ball would respond, wouldn't it? So I think we found out it was a female in the end. So it could have well have been a nurse or someone like that. But it was responding to that, to female type questions. So I said, I'll tell you what we're doing now. It's all quieting down and everybody's sort of sorted themselves out. You know, you get the first wild people crashing and banging and bumping into things and, you know, not really sure in the dark. So we started to do some EVPs in the in-room. So I was calling out, you know, like you do with the EVPs and playing them back. Didn't get nothing on the first one, tried the second one. And I think the third one, I said, is there a soldier here? Do you know where you are? And it was a clear yes. Came across the recorder. Well, that's good. And then somebody said, is the female, this other paranormal group, is the female here with us? And they got an Emma came straight back and said, can you tell us because we introduced out all our names. So we said, you now know our names. Can you tell us your name? And clear as day, you could hear it, Emma, it said. So that was really nice to get a response back from that. So we were doing a lot of EVPs down here because there wasn't a great deal of knocks and taps and bits and pieces, was there, Luke?
Yeah, there was.
And then suddenly, didn't it? It was all gone quiet. So we're looking around, and you know, when you're standing there and you're looking around the room, and you can sort of eyes can make out people in the room. So everybody's going, has it got darker in here, or is it just your eyes sort of settling down? And I thought, do you know what? It is getting dark. It seemed to get darker and darker, didn't it, Lee?
Yeah.
We said, can you make a noise in the room? Can you do something? And then, I don't know, 10 seconds, there was nothing. There was a little tap, like a tap, 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 tap. And then suddenly there was this big, God almighty, biggest bang that I'd ever heard. Because everybody jumped, because it's so dark. Everybody's jumping and sort of running around the room, weren't they, Luke? Were you there when that?
Yeah, was there, yeah.
And there was 3 people upstairs. So they come down and said, oh, did you throw something? Did you make a noise? We went, no. Did you drop something upstairs? We went, no. We heard the biggest bang, and we thought you dropped something down here, but we thought they dropped something up there.
Yeah.
And all we could find was like half a brick laying on the floor near one of the cameras. So just at that split second, we'd all turned our voice recorders off. So we missed the bang, like you do, you know. At the time you turn it off, literally, we turned it off, went end recording, literally 5 seconds, Luke, 10 seconds. There was this blooming bang. And I mean, it was massive bang. So, of course, the people upstairs came down and said, oh, did you make a noise? We're like, no, did you drop something? They went, no. So, unbeknownst to us, the paranormal group was down there. He had a video recorder going.
Oh, right.
So it actually caught the noise. I must get hold of him and see if we can get it off of him. And it actually catches the noise when you hear the bang. Yeah. But we tried to reproduce it. We tried to throw the brick up, hit the floor, drop it on the floor, throw it against the wall. You know, all them. We could not reproduce this bang, could we, Luke? No matter what we did with the brick. But the brick wasn't there. And when you look at his video, the brick wasn't there in the original as he started it. When you hear the bang, you see the brick in the corner of the camera appear.
Yeah.
So it's really strange, sort of looking at that, thinking, well, there's no other little tiny stones. There's half a brick laying by his camera. So he said, well, let me wind my camera back and have a look, because it may be a camera's caught it, because he had his phone going. Myself and Luke had our voice recorders going. Yeah. And there's lots of taps, and Mark got some really good taps and knocks on his. But the split second we turned it off was when the bang happened. So, you know what Spirit like? It was like when you stop talking, they say something, or while you're talking, they drop something in. You think, did you hear that? And it's just like they waited for us to stop the recording and then did it. But on his video camera, he actually caught it like a little GoPro in the corner he had next to a REM pod. So the beginning of the video, there's nothing there. Just he's got a REM pod and the video's looking at the REM pod. And then for 30 minutes in, well, it must have been down there 30 minutes. He's wound it forward, and then suddenly you hear the bang and the brick appears in the picture, just sitting on the side. But we could not reproduce the noise, could we, Luke?
No, we couldn't, no.
No matter what happened, we threw it up. We threw it against the wall, we dropped it on the floor, we stood back and threw it away from us. It was nowhere near the bang. Because even the ladies upstairs came down and said, what are you doing down here? What was that bang? We said, oh, no, it's you lot up there. You dropped something. They went, no, we've come down because we heard a bang. And it literally was.
It must have been loud.
It was very loud because everybody jumped.
Yeah.
Because we were like, whoa, what was that? Because it was that dark. You couldn't see if something was being thrown at you. It wasn't. But it could well have been. You wouldn't have seen it in the dark till it hit you.
Yeah.
But fortunately, whatever has thrown it away from us, which was obviously respectful for them to do that. But that was a real sort of make you jump moment in the dark, because you know you're saying, can you make a noise? Can you do something? You know, and it's relatively quiet because of obviously the incident, and then this blooming bang. Oh my God, my heart was racing. I thought, where has that come from? I said, oh, it must be somebody upstairs. And they come down and said, are you making a noise down here? We're like, no, no. And then, of course, we start to quiz it then. So everybody's got their torches on. And we're wandering around the end of the tunnel looking for something. And the only thing that was there was the brick, half the brick. It's not missing out the wall. There's no holes in the wall where it could have fell out if, it might have been just teetering on the edge and just tripped out or whatever. Because I walked around and looked, there's no holes for the brick to be there. And I'm sure it wasn't there when we first went in there because he put the camera right where the brick is. Yeah. So, I think he would have moved the brick to put the camera. But when you look at the camera, there's no brick there. But half an hour later, when the bang, then you see the brick appear in the corner of the camera. That was interesting.
Yeah, and the sound definitely came from sort of inside. It wasn't an outside.
What would you say to that, Luke?
Was there a window near it?
There was a window into because I looked out the window and it goes into like a massive courtyard.
Yeah.
Outside, like what would be, I suppose, the middle of the fort, I suppose, because it had a grassy area and like a layer of. It's like a courtyard, I suppose. I've never seen it before, but it was like looked out the window. So I looked out and thought, is there somebody out there wandering around? They got outside and they were wandering. But I couldn't see anybody out there. I mean, Gemma was looking as well. We couldn't see anybody outside. But I don't know. I thought it was upstairs. The bang come from upstairs. Somebody said, no, it's here. Somebody else said it's over there. So it was a big enough bang that everybody jumped and heard it. Yeah. But we couldn't work out really. No, because you wouldn't have heard it on the camera if it hadn't been a bang.
Yeah.
But it was like to the corner, wasn't it, Luke, really, in the room?
Yeah, in the corner, yeah.
That's when the majority of people said, no, it's in the corner. I went, no, it must have been upstairs. They came down, the three women, and said, no, we heard it down here. That's why we've come down. So we couldn't really, we tried to debunk it, so we were not really sure if that was good evidence, but it appeared in the camera where it wasn't there in the beginning. So whether you could I suppose, I don't know if anybody's got any ideas how you can debunk that, because if it's not in the frame and then in the frame, the splits, because you hear the bang and then you see it in the camera, like on the side, the side of the bricks there on the camera view. But when you look at the beginning, it's clear. It's just a clear view of the REM pod sitting there. So that was really strange. But it was a massive bang, wasn't it, Luke?
It was, yeah.
Oh, especially in a black tunnel. Sorry?
There's no heavy doors there, is there? Not down that end.
There's no doors, is there? Right down the end of the tunnels.
No.
I don't think there's any doors because, say, 3 people, ladies, were upstairs because, you get to the bottom. You've got the stairs that go up, haven't you, to a floor above you?
Yeah.
Because we were sort of found the brick and we were throwing it up against the post, up against the metal, against the wall. But we couldn't reproduce this bang because the brick would go dunk, dunk, dunk and stop, where it was just like a literal bang and nothing after it. Where every time we sort of threw things, it would make like a rolling noise, bang, so we couldn't really throw it and stop it dead for it to make a loud bang. So no matter what we tried to reproduce it, we threw it this way, that way, against the wall, high, low, sort of rolled it along the floor, but it would go instead of just one bang. So it was interesting. So, we spent a bit of time walking around the room trying to find out where did that come from? But we couldn't really work out where it come from. Obviously, it's that dark. Everybody was stationary because nobody was over there because everybody jumped. There's a few of them screamed and sort of jumped towards our way. Yeah. And it's intriguing. It was actually intriguing to hear it. Like you say, it wasn't like a door though, was it, Luke? It was, I don't know. It was just I don't know how to describe it. A huge, huge bang. Not like a cannon fire, but like someone was banging something, but hit it for once. And they say the only thing that would come visible in the room was the sort of half a brick thing. So even when we dropped that, it didn't go one bang. It sort of banged, dig, 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 and rolled. Yeah. So whether it was stopped dead, it was a bang. It did what we asked for. You know, can you make a noise in the room? Can you come closer? Bang! And of course, it really made everybody jump. And then, of course, you get lots of people then trying to join you in there, and it sort of drops off a little bit, you know. We were just getting it to go, and then it dropped off a bit. So we did voice recordings, and obviously went back and had a break, had a bit of the incident and turfed them out. And then, because they changed it there, because you used to, you know, you come out of the basement and go to the stairs, the toilets were in front of you, just in front of, do you remember it? They've actually taken the toilets away and put a lift in there. Got a disabled lift. Yeah. And they've changed it all. Obviously, it was out. The toilets, you had to go downstairs, round the corner, head towards, you know where the tunnels are, the beginning of the tunnel where the gate is? The toilets were to the left of that. Not on the, because you come downstairs and the toilets used to be in front of you, but now they've took all that away and put a lift in there. So when you go down, there's this lift shaft coming down from the upper floors down to the basement, to the base floor, like where the beginnings of the tunnels were.
Yeah.
Hi, Graham. Hi, all. I've been listening. Interesting stuff going on there. Widley is such an active place. Yeah, it was, Graham. It started off a bit quiet, which, you know, you expect that now, don't you? To, you know, if you got it come from the word go, but it started off in the base, really, and down there when we were down there on our own. But it was like, whoa, you know, yeah, okay. And then, say, it quietened down after we had the bit of the incident, because I think everybody was a few people were angry because obviously they paid to go on a investigation, and someone was running around, clapping, screaming, running up, and they put in bollards in the middle of the puddle so you couldn't see them and fell over them.
Oh, no.
You know, it was that type of, it was stupidity, really, because anybody could have gone over and hurt themselves, twisted their ankle, you know, like Jen, or anybody with weak ankles like yourself with your knees, you know, you'd have tripped and gone over, you'd have ended up in a puddle, but I don't think you'd have sort of walloped your knees and been in quite a bit of trouble, because that's right down the end, so you've got to walk all the way back to the middle and then all the way back to the base room. You imagine that, you twisted your ankle or banged your legs, or, you know, it's quite a walk, isn't it? So we had to deal with that to get rid of them, or somebody ended up getting hurt. So we dealt with that, got that done. And then we went back in the second tunnel. What we had? We had a couple of bats in there flying around, like you do. They seem to be there, don't they? Yeah. But again, we had knocks and taps, and not a great deal, to be honest. So I think he just petered out because of all this screaming, clapping and shouting and running up and down the tunnels. I think it sort of knocked out the energy. Everybody, a few people were obviously annoyed and spoke about it. Should have called for the police to disturb it. I mean, you know, I don't understand, Graham, to be honest, why people pay out that sort of money just to go and mess about. You know, there was a lot of people there. There was probably 30 people, Luke, so it's a lot of guests.
Quite a lot, yeah.
It must have been about 30 people.
Yeah, it was,
A few people, obviously, we know that go all the time. A couple of new people, 4 or 5 new people. A couple of others that have been on before. And then this other paranormal group, they were really nice, the other paranormal group. Very knowledgeable. You know, they were there when the bang happened, you know, and we were all chatting, you know, where could it be? Let's try it from here, let's try it from there. What if we roll it? What if we do this? You know, we were all of us trying to find out what had happened, but we never came to the bottom of it, really. I wouldn't say we debunked it, but we could just reproduce the noise. You know, I'd say, you know, unexplained. Yeah. There's an unexplained noise phenomenon, whatever you call it, but an interesting noise, you know. So we went down the second tunnel, and again, it was okay, a few knocks and taps, and I didn't get any EVPs down there. I think Mark got one with a tap when we were asked. You can hear us asking out, and there's like, once for yes, twice for no. So we were asking out, and you get tap, 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 tap. But we didn't hear it. It was only caught it on the voice recorder, because otherwise we could have pursued it if we'd have heard it.
Yeah.
The dead bell worked well, didn't it, Luke?
Yeah, did
Oh,
you?
right, yeah.
Yeah, that worked well. Once for yes, twice for ding ding, ding ding.
Oh, yeah.
So if you stand there, we were going, can you ring the bell? Ding ding ding, like that. And you go
Yeah.
ding ding ding. It was like properly. Can you ring it? Ding ding, ding ding. And it would. So it's quite. That was quite interesting. Yeah, it was her new bell. Shadow tracker that picked up a few bits going
Yep.
across backwards and forwards for it. But the bell seemed to work quite well, didn't it, Luke? It was quite.
Yeah.
You know, you stand there, go ding ding. You go ding ding. Can you do one for yes? Ding ding. So it was whatever it was responding. We tried the planchette and the board and table tipping. It had it drew out an M and a J.
Oh, right.
What looked like a J, but the wrong way sort of round. And then these other couple, they'd been recording, and they had like a Emma came through. We wondered whether the M was for Emma, and somebody else said they had a Jake come through.
Oh, okay.
So we're not sure whether the J was for the Jake and the E was Emma, or the M was whatever. But it was on the writing planchette, only small little bits, but that really didn't move the glass moving. It was going around the outside of the table, not across the board. It wouldn't go on the board. Put it on the board and it stopped. You moved it to the outside of the table and it would carry on going around the outside table, which was interesting. But as soon as you moved it onto the board, you know, can you spell your name? It just stopped. Well, it just didn't move.
No.
But it would go round the outside. Not fast, but it was slowly going all the way around the board. Like they were, no, I'm not going to go on the board. I don't mind moving it around, but I'm not going on it. As soon as you put the glass on, it stopped. Didn't move. So that was quite strange to see. Table tipping, the table sort of rocked, but that was about it. Nothing like we've had previously, you know, when it's been up on one foot and it's walking around the room and doing all sorts of amazing things, really. It sort of rocked a few times and that was really it. So the energy wasn't there. So I don't know whether Spirit get a bit fed up with everybody asking the same questions, or they were a bit annoyed because of the people causing a bit of a fracas in the tunnel. So thought, well, if you're going to do that, I'm not going to bother, which I can understand. We wouldn't like that if we were humans, would we? And we didn't.
No.
So why would Spirit be any different? The question I want to ask, or I want to put out there, this is a question that'll get you thinking. When you meet spirits in a fort or in a haunted building, are they there to protect the building?
Could be, yeah.
Why are they there? And are they there to protect the building? Like we would have a caretaker, a security guard to protect the building. Do they have spirits that actually stand and protect the building?
Yeah, I think they would, yeah. I imagine they would.
And what makes you think that, Luke? What makes you think that, Luke?
Maybe when they were alive, they was very fond of the building. They feel like they have like a job to protect it. I think maybe something like
Right.
that. They've got like a connection to it when they were alive.
So you think they're there to try and protect the house from us humans gate crashing it?
Yeah, in case people are disrespectful, I think.
Good point. Yeah. The question came to me, and I thought, I wonder, are they there to protect the building? Yeah, there's a question out there for all of you. So have a think about it. You know, send your comments in. So are they there to protect the building, or like Luke said, that they'd had a great time and they're just protecting it for the old time's sake, or are they there to protect it from anything happening to it, or are they there to protect what goes on inside?
Yeah.
I thought that about the castle. I've even asked that today. There you go. So, and you could probably relate that to any of the investigations that we do. Angela's racking her brains there. I can see.
Yeah.
It's a good question, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I've often wondered this. You know, our Spirit there protecting the location. So if you have an answer, or you think whatever, send it in to us. We'll put it up on the screen. Obviously, we read it out. But Luke's to come out and say that they're there because they had a good life there, so they're protecting what was good in their time. So then that would mean that if they were doing that, that means spirit would see us coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would.
And yet when you ask the question, can you see us, you often get no.
Maybe they can sort of sense you're there or like see an outline, but they can't see details. So
Yeah. So would you think it's like us asking them and them asking us? What if they're paranormal investigators that side and they're asking us questions because they think we're ghosts?
oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Like that film, The Others.
Yes. Yeah.
I like that film.
But it is like that, isn't it? Are they asking us questions where we hear the yes, the no, could be, maybe, whatever the EVPs you get, and they're listening to us going, "Is there anybody there?"
Yeah.
And then you get the yes. Does that mean that yes, they can hear us, or yes, they're answering our question?
Yeah.
I often stand there when I get an EVP and think, now they asking me a question and answering it, or they're answering me with a question. I don't know. And are they there to protect the building? Or is it just that they're stuck there, they can't move on, they don't want to move on? Or their goal as a spirit in the spirit land is to protect that building?
But how do you think they would protect it?
By scaring you.
Oh. Okay.
So if you get like a loud bang, you can imagine where have we been that's really sort of made us jump? Like, Widley and Saturday, the bang. Was that a work? Can you make a noise? Was that a bang? Yes, I can get out. Or was it a bang? Yeah, I can do it, but you can't see me. Or, is it like the lamb when it appears in the mirror to scare you off?
Yeah.
Rah, get out of here. That type of ghost. And Graham's, but I don't think spirits like the place being disrespected or abused. I totally agree with that, Graham. And that's to say, we had a bit of an incident on Saturday with exactly the same thing, and Luke could tell you, and they were disrespectful, they were rude, and they shouldn't have been there. So they got turfed out halfway through. But unfortunately, it kills the energy off a bit when you have to be a bit stern with people, because you want to be very light-hearted, that you're happy, and we're all laughing and joking like we always do. A good atmosphere. It was really nice, and then you think, why are they screaming? Why are they running around? Why are they flashing laser light pens in people's faces and eyes and screaming and throwing things down the tunnels? And I thought, you know what, I can't be dealing with this no more, because it's not only ruining it for me, it's ruining it for the other 25 guests that are trying to have a great night. Some of them have never been to one before, so you can imagine what they're thinking. There's probably 6 or 7 that hadn't been to a ghost hunt before, but it was a local one to them, so they were like being inquisitive about it. She was really honest. She said, I was a bit annoyed with the noise, because I really wanted to hear what you were trying to hear and what you've experienced, and how can you when people were screaming, running around? So I can completely understand why she was annoyed.
Yeah.
Because at some stage, we've done many investigations and never had an issue with guests, but you're going to get it at some stage, aren't you? So yes, unfortunately, it's part of what you're doing, isn't it? As long as you deal with it and people see that you're dealing with it, it's not the end of the world, is it?
No.
It killed off the energy a little bit, I'm afraid. But going back to that question, if anybody out there got an answer or got an idea or comment, send it in to us so we can put it up on the screen. Graham's, but were they planted there from jealousy group to cause trouble on purpose? Now, do you know what? I did actually wonder that. Whether they're there.
Well.
Did it?
Yeah.
I did wonder whether they were there to discredit her.
Yeah, I did.
My mum
an issue.
That, I think.
Because
my mum recognised one of them from the previous investigation. Yeah.
Which one was that? Lynn.
Like a blue hoodie top on, blue hoodie top.
And where did we see him before?
Fort Widley again. It was
Oh, was it?
last year. I think last year.
Was it?
Yeah, last year.
But there was a group of about 4 or 5 of them, weren't there?
Last year.
There was about 4 or 5, I think, when I turfed them out in the end.
Yeah.
You know how the
So,
other ones.
I didn't recognise any of them. I can't say that I'd seen them before. But I would say, what age would you say they were? I would say they're late teens, early 20s, maybe.
Yeah, bloke's 40 odd, and he's doing the other lot. Yeah, 40. The other bloke was about 40 years old.
Was he?
Yeah, he's about 40. I know his other friends were.
Oh, I don't know. But obviously, they ruined it for a lot of people, which is, or like you say, they were there to discredit her in what she's doing. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. But that wouldn't surprise you, would it? With a lot of groups out there, really. Because I think it's one of the only things I'm astounded by how many backstabbings there is in the paranormal world. It's supposed to be para-unity, you know, like Darren was a great believer in that, and that's what everybody should be doing. But they were not out for a paranormal night. They were like out for a Saturday night rave up. You know, the cost of everybody else's night, really. So, yeah, so if you have any to the question I posted, it'd be great to hear your comments. But other than that, it sort of quietened off, didn't it, Luke? It tailed off really because of that. You know, by the time everybody had had a tea and settled back down and gone back to the tunnels, it was we was only there till 1 o'clock, so it wasn't overly late night. We could have stayed till 2. So she said, when everybody's gone, if you want to go back down there, just the group. But I had an hour and 50-minute ride home in the fog, and it was a bit drizzly, and I was a bit tired anyway. I thought I'm not staying till 2 o'clock in the morning just to have a walk up and down the tunnel. You know, it's probably a place where it would be good to have a group event, a small group.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
You know, everybody, all the friends together are tight, not like 10, 15, 20 people, just a group of us, you know, where we could all go down and split in each tunnel. So we'd have 3 or 4 of us in each tunnel, and that would be it. So that everywhere else would be empty. So I think it might take a different persona like that, because you know for a fact there's only 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of you. I don't suppose. No, we did ask for him, Graham. And we asked, I think someone said about Nasty Nick.
Yeah, it was,
I think I've not heard of this one, but somebody asked Nasty Nick, are you here? And there was a few taps, and somebody said about PC Dominic, because somebody had caught a picture of it or had a run in or whatever with him. And they were asking out for him in both of the tunnels, but never seemed to get him to come through, or this Nick fella. Oh, wow, they might have been there, but just thought, well, I'm not going to do anything. I'll just watch them. But yeah, it sort of petered off a little bit in the end. So it's a shame, really, because it started to build, didn't it? With the bricks and the noise and the EVPs and the cat balls flashing. But obviously, the energy was taken away a bit by these people. Yeah. But yeah, that was about it, Lou. And what else did you experience, Luke? Because I was away in the tunnels, wasn't I?
We had the light box flickering a bit, and the cat ball went off at the same time.
The shadow box. Is that when you were with Gemma?
And Julia, yeah. And when you was turfing everyone out, yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Typical. I missed it. I was turfing people out and I missed it.
Yeah.
Missed the action. How typical is that?
Yeah.
Is that all you had then? Just a shadow box and that going?
And the cat ball was going with it, I think, as well. Like
where was the cat ball? On the floor or on the table, or where was it?
No, there's a little room down the tunnel. You go off the side tunnel, there's like a little like square room sort of thing.
Was that where I came and found you in the end?
Yeah,
you were huddled in that corner, weren't you? And the dead bell was going off, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I remember. That's right. It wasn't quite at the end, was it? It was on the left.
Yeah.
Past the stairs and into a room off of a room, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I remember. Yeah, I remember finding you there. So I'm wandering around after doing my bit, And I thought, where is everybody? It's really quiet. It's a bit creepy on there. Walking on my own, because I was looking on the floor for footsteps in the water, where in case someone was following me, I kept looking behind to make sure it was only my footsteps in the floor. As brave as I am, I don't know. I kept looking behind. I think I sensed something, but I couldn't see anything. There was nothing there, obviously. But I thought there was someone behind me. But I thought, oh, I'll have a look on the floor, see if there's any wet footprints. There wasn't anything, just mine. So I thought I'd try and give that suss out, but that was quite funny. I did chuckle halfway down on my own, thinking, you nutter. Why are you scared? Who's going to be down here? But, well, you never know who's down here, do you? So that was quite interesting. But I've had that question sort of burning in my head for a long time, even in the tunnels, and thinking, are they here to protect this residence, this house, this fort, this castle? Are they there, or they still think that they're protecting it from their day?
Yeah.
That type of, like Luke said, they had a great life there, so they're reluctant to leave, so they're trying to protect what they enjoyed. I don't know. And I often wondered, I must ask the question and see what other people's thoughts are on it. See if you think the same way as I'm thinking. But strange question, really. A good question, but it sort of makes you think, could they? Could they be there protecting it? Can they hear us? They think we're ghosts and we think they're ghosts. And, they, like you say, Angela, they see us as an energy, like a heat haze maybe in the energy.
Yeah. Where
sometimes we see the shadows, don't we, of them walking past. And so it's interesting.
It's funny if they sort of got frustrated as well. So, like, I'm answering your question. Why can't you hear me? And then maybe they throw something and make a noise because they're fed up with keep saying it. And then you go, I heard that. And
like, they heard that. Look at them all running and screaming. It could well be something like that, couldn't it? They could be laughing at us as much as we're laughing at them. We're never going to know, really. You keep asking the question, can you see us? And you always get the no. But they must hear us to answer your question. Or are they asking their question and we're actually answering? Can you hear it? Can you make a noise? And then you get a yes. Well, okay. That's that answer yes to their question, or is it yes to our question? Often it intrigues me standing there, we're doing all this calling out, thinking, do they actually think we're ghosts? And they're paranormal investigators on the other side of the realm or whatever it is. I don't know what's out there, but it does make me chuckle. I sort of stand there and laugh, think, well, because I have said, do we look silly? Often get a yes come back. You think, well, okay, fair enough. So if you look silly, you must be able to see us. No. Well, okay. A bit confused. This is a bit confusing conversation. But other than that, it was quiet. It was we had the bang and a few EVPs, which was always good to get a good recording. And this bang, I said earlier, we couldn't reproduce it. We just couldn't work out how the noise was there. It wasn't like a massive bang, like a cannon going off. It was just like the one bang, and that was it. No echo, no roll, no bang, 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 bang. It was just one colossal bang. Because everybody's jumped and sort of run to one side of the room. But then we were not arguing, but we couldn't work out whether it was upstairs or downstairs, or was it in the corridor, or was it in the room? And then when the ladies came down from upstairs and said, we heard it down here, thought, okay, it's got to be in this room then. We said to me, you drop anything? And went, no, we heard the bang and come down because we were wondering what was going on below to cause that noise. So it was a odd noise. But it was very prominent bang. So it's interesting kind of work.
How does the dead belt work? Like, what does it? Is it something they touch, or is it?
Yeah, they can touch it, or they approach it. It has like a sensor. I've got one here that I was sent to try out, so we'll take it to Fort Widley and see what it's like. The one that she had like a proximity sensors around it and a bell. Yeah. And if the temperature changes or something goes near, it goes ding, and the colours change.
Oh,
So you know, and it goes
okay.
ding. But when you stand there going, can you ding ding? It was going ding ding. Can you ding ding? It was like copied. It was very interesting. And you see the lights changing as it was obviously being ding dinged. You know, and Judah was
Okay.
going ding 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 ding. It was going ding 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 ding. So it was doing something, but it was very interesting to hear it go. You know, quite a thing. We'll take the other one to Fort Brockhurst I've got and see whether that works. I don't know. It's just an experimental one I was sent to try out from that group in America. So we give it a try out and see whether it works or it's not. Hi, Dora.
Dora.
So really, that's about it. Our dogs see spirits, as I did ask the question and had definitive yes answer. So is that spirits can see your dog, Graham, or and they answered yes, can you see the dog, or how does that work? Or did I read that wrong?
Says our dog sees the spirit.
And it says something about a yes, doesn't it? An answer's yes.
Yeah, he asked that question and had a definite yes answer. So do they know that the dog can see them? Is that what that means?
That's what I mean. Sure.
Yeah.
I think obviously dogs do see them, don't they? Because they suddenly get that look up. Poppy does it quite often. She suddenly looks up out of the blue. And so I was here the other night. Jen was over at her daughter's, and I was sitting here, and Poppy was in front of me, and suddenly she was laying down, suddenly sat up and looked around the door.
Right.
Jen must be home. And went to the door and she wasn't. So I think, oh, don't do that, Poppy. That's not right.
Not when you're on your own.
Yeah, come up here. Come and sit on my lap. But she just suddenly looked out like someone had come in. Whether she heard something outside, I don't know. But we often have bits happen here anyway. So she probably heard something or saw something. You know, I've seen shadows in here walk across the door. I came in one night and sort of unlocked the door. And as I looked through the glass front door, I saw someone walk across from the bedroom to the kitchen. I'm thinking, who's in the house? Because Jen's not here. And I sort of poked my head around the front of the house, looked in the kitchen. No one there. Opened the door. Hello, thinking. And the house was in darkness. Jen was still at steps. And I know I saw a shadow go from the bedroom across into the kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
You know, as I looked up, you sort of undid the lock, looked up, and I see it go like that. And I thought, what? And I sort of put my head around the kitchen window, couldn't see anything. But it can't be Jen, because Jen's not here.
How tall?
Oh.
My height?
No, taller. Taller.
Much taller.
Not, I wouldn't say, probably my height, not 6 foot. But it was enough to sort of cover like the radiator and the bit of the wall, picture on the wall, because that's what caught my eyes. I looked up, and I see it, and I stood by the door holding the handle thinking, that can't be Jen because the car's not there. And sort of quickly looked in the kitchen window in case somebody had broken in. Obviously, the kitchen was in darkness, couldn't see anybody. I rushed in and like, hello. There's nobody here. I turned all the lights on, but I don't know what I saw. I definitely saw someone move across there. They whispered his name twice today. Oh, well. So do you think they can actually see the dog, Graham, from the spirit world? Do you think they can see your dog, or they just know it by the name? So, you know, they relate the name to the dog, or they just hear you call the dog all the time. Come here, so-and-so, come here, there, whatever, and they just taking the mick. Or they can actually see the dog. I don't know. And do you think, Graham, that they're there protecting the castle when you're there? They're on guard, or they're guard duty, or they're guarding the castle. That's why you get these odd EVPs. And I mean, Graham catches some real good EVPs when he's there. He sends them to me. I often listen to them, and you can hear like a conversation, a voice, and something that sort of answers these questions when he's called it. I think his dog's name's Harvey. I think it's Harvey. Something like that. And you can often hear him say, oh, Harvey, come here. And you'll hear a voice in the background. But Graham always reassures us that he's on his own, walking around the castle. So I think I'd like to go there one day. Luggenshaw. I don't know how to say it. Luggenshaw?
Yeah.
castle. So I think that'd be interesting to go around at night, because if he's getting that during the day, and I often wondered about that one. Darren took me to once. Is it Racton
Ruin.
Ruin? That's it. Yeah, that one. I
Yeah.
wonder what that's like at night.
Yeah, not nice.
Have you been up there at night then?
Yeah.
Have you?
When it's starting to get dark, but I don't think he wanted to stay there while it was dark, because he said it's just such a horrible feeling. But sometimes you're driving up to it and you can sort of see it in the distance, and you can get a feel for it, whether it's like it's all right there today, or if it's like you're not going to stay there long today.
Oh wow.
Has sort of different feelings at different times.
Oh wow. I remember he took me up there, and Darren, and explained it and showed me around. It was really interesting. You know, he knew a lot about the ruins and the area, and so really I like interested in all of that. But I think he said someone had hung themselves there, and it had all sorts of different things happen there. So so you sort of got out before it got too dark, did you?
Yeah. It's like it's starting to get dark, it's time to go.
And I thought that about what was the graveyard one we always used to go to? Knoll Village. Yeah. That to me was always creepy. I don't know what it was about that place, but I got creeped out as soon as we walked through it. I'm like, ooh. And Darren would say, "Oh, can you feel that?" I think, "Oh, this doesn't feel good in here." But it was a really interesting place.
Yeah, I like that place.
Yeah, it was interesting. It's some, not so many gravestones, but had some interesting history about it, And was there? I think there was a story about a little boy. I think they can see him and me, and they probably do protect the castle, especially from dog walkers who don't take their dog poop home, and also kids leaving rubbish and broken bottles can be quite unsafe for dogs. Yeah, that's the trouble. These people just ruin it for other people. These are part of history, and once they're gone, it's gone forever. It's like us helping with Fort Brockhurst and giving back to the charity so they can keep history alive. So and the next generation can see what it would have been like in a fort. If they all disappear, what do you see it on a TV or you see it on a bit of paper, but it's not the same as actually when you're standing there looking at this monumental building. It's like Fort Widley started to be built in 1860, was actually finished in 1870. This is over 10 years to build it, made of brick and flintstone and lime. So it's 10 years to build the fort, know. And it would be like the castle and Nectar Ruins. I think that's got graffiti all inside it, if I remember rightly. Once they're gone, aren't they? We can't rebuild them. You can never put it back. And I often wonder that's why Spirit are there, to protect it, maybe to stop you destroying it. I don't know. So it's interesting they see Graham's dog. Yeah. And the dog sees them or feels them. Yeah, that'd be a place I would like to go once I retire. And the next month, I've given up my job now. I'm going to retire the next month. Yay! 47 years of paying into the industry, 38 years in the motor trade. So I've handed my notice in today. So I'll be leaving work about the 6th of April. So I'll have a few weeks rest before Fort Brockhurst on the 25th.
Yeah.
Gather myself together. So I've got 1 month's notice to serve, and then I'm done. My working career is over. And then I can concentrate on the paranormal and do what I'm really passionate about with Jen, out and about. And, people say, oh, you should go here and you should go there. But when you're working, it's difficult to go here, go there. But once I've done and we've done a few bits, I can go to these places locally here. There's loads of places around here. Hever Castle, we've always fancy going after because that's the home of Anne Boleyn. You have to have a 1940s weekend there, back to the 40s. They have all the aeroplanes and the jeeps, and we've been there a couple of times, didn't we? For once, didn't we? The American singers there singing the 40s stuff. And really, really good. We enjoyed it. It was a bit miserable with the weather, but they had like Dad's Army marching up and down, and so it's really good. American jeeps. And
I think the weirdest thing that we saw was those babies in the pram,
Oh yeah.
weren't they? Really
That-
creepy.
They had like a make-believe type village and women walking around with babies. When you looked in the
Oh.
pram, they actually looked blooming real.
Did they?
It was like you looked in and they looked up at you like that.
Oh.
It was creepy, wasn't it, Jen?
Well,
Really creepy when you look even. Oh no,
Mm.
it was creepy. But I think there's another one coming up soon. Oh, where was it?
oh, I know.
What was the name of that place? It's not far from Waverley Abbey. Waverley. Is it the living something near Waverley Abbey? Rural Life Centre?
I've heard of it. I've heard
Does
of it
that sound
before,
right
yeah.
or not?
Yeah, it's something like that, isn't it?
In Farnham.
Yeah.
Farnham
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Is it the Rural Life Centre or?
Museum, is it?
I think it might be the Rural Life Museum.
I've heard of it, yeah.
They're having a whole weekend dedicated to the 40s during the war, and they're going to have an air raid, air raids and all that. They're building a 40s village there, and you can get tickets to go in there. I'm sure it's called the Rural.
I'll tell you when it is.
Jen wrote it down, so we were going to get tickets to go there because we like that sort of thing, and they were going to have air raids and air raids. It's called Back to the 40s.
Yeah.
And I think it's May.
So I think it's over. Oh, wait.
The Rural Life Living Museum.
Our Rural Life Living Museum.
Yeah, I've heard of it, yeah.
It's called the Reenactment Weekend.
It's on 9th of May.
9th of May. And it's in Farnham, not far from Waverley Abbey. So we were going to get some tickets and go there and have a bit of a laugh for a Back to the 40s weekend. So if anybody's up for that, come and meet us. Angela, if you're up, Luke, Lynn.
Right, yeah, instant.
We'll pop along. I think the tickets were only cheap and all. They weren't very expensive.
No.
Yeah.
But some, I think Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Saturday, Sunday, something like that, wasn't it? So me and Jen were going to go. I think Dora wanted to go. But come along, we could have a picnic, all of us get together. Be nice.
Yeah, good, yeah.
So we could wait. That's not far from you, Luke, is it?
No, not far, no.
So you'd be able to get there then?
Yeah, we'll be here.
So have a look it up. So the 9th of May.
Yeah.
So if we can all make it, it'd be great to have a little get together there in the 40s, listen to the music, and hopefully the weather's nice so we can sit out in the sunshine. Nice little picnic. They do food and all of that there, I was saying. But it'd be nice to have a picnic and sit on the grass and just all have a chill out. Muchas gracias, as that Jen says.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was our tourist guide to Farnham. So we'll be asking them to chip in. Angela's like looking at something.
Yeah, I'm looking at the website. They've got working weekends and
That's it,
Tractor
yeah.
Valley and other things.
Yeah.
It's really interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you read the whole website, it's really, they have some real great things going, concerts and this back to the 40s weekend and
Classic car rally.
that's it, yeah. Motorbikes, cars, all sorts, working farm or whatever it is. So it's quite, I've never heard of it before, but I'm sure we'd seen the signs for it when we were at Waverley. Would that be right, Luke? Would it be that area?
Yeah, fine. Yeah, close by, yeah. Is, yeah.
So that must have been where we saw the signs for it. So both me and Jen said, oh, we recognise the name. I wonder where that is. And it said Farnham. But, did we see it going to Waverley or that sort of thing? But we're really going to want to go for this weekend, so to watch the 40s stuff. So if you're interested, come and meet us. Anybody watching, if you're in that area, Farnham, 9th of May, come and join us. We'll have a massive picnic.
Yeah, Village at
War. What is it?
Village at War.
That's it, Village at War. And they got like air raid sirens and all of that.
Yeah, live music, jive dancing.
Oh, wow.
Camps of reenactments.
Yeah.
British and American troops. That sounds good.
Sounds good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So 9th of May, we'll all be there if you can. sounds like a good weekend or a good, even spend the whole day there on a Saturday or a Sunday. Sounds like a good day out. And I don't think the tickets are that dear, are they, Angelo? They're like 35 quid for a family of 5, I think. I worked out, or something like that. It's,
I think that
concessions and all of that, so you probably get in a little bit cheaper anyway if you tried.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can. But
I know Dora.
Oh no, Dora could talk herself into the Buckingham Palace.
Yeah, a family of 5 is £37.
Oh, there you go. So that's not bad, is it? If you think, how much would that be at Fort Park? Family of 5. Luke, any idea?
50 or 100.
Really?
Maybe
Probably more of the £100 mark, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if you think it's a weekend 5 for 34 quid, you know, I think it'd be quite a good day out with the air raid and village at war and see how they were and say they're soldiers and all sorts of things going on. So it'd be interesting. Jive and songs and it'd be interesting. So we aim to go, don't we, Jen?
Yeah.
So anyway, enough of the waffling. We've gone away from the paranormal. But could it be somewhere where we go in an evening?
Oh, can you do that?
Well, you don't know, do you? Ooh. We tell them we go across the road a lot. Oh, no, we don't.
No.
No, never been there. Never been there. Don't know what you're on about. It's the traffic lights with a fish and chip shop.
Yeah.
That's all right, Lynn. You woke up now. We mentioned fish and chips, yeah? Anyway, so that's enough waffling for tonight. I'm probably bored the pants off you. But that was our night at Waverley. Waverley. That was our night at Fort Widley. I'm lost the plot. See, I think I'm counting down the days to having a relaxing rest of my life. But anyway, so that was our night at Fort Widley. A few bits and pieces. Not a great heavy night, but it was interesting. Again, as you know, Widley always seems to do something for you. So 25th of April, where myself, Angela, Jen, Dora, Luke, and all of them will be at Fort Brockhurst. So come along, get your tickets on the website, www.hostforghostparanormal.com. Great chat, guys. Thank you, Alan. Great to have you on here. Also, the new website's up and running. So we've now got a new website. So the .com will go and it becomes just www.hostforghostparanormal.co.uk.
Cool.
So that'll link you to the new website. Go and have a look. So some of the events on now I've got to do some tweaking on it because I've had it professionally done. So I've got to do some tweaking myself. So there's a few bits on there. And what I'm going to do is put all the paranormal investigations that we do, I'm going to drop them on there so you can go along. And what I hope to do is create a page for a community page so all the groups can drop on and tell us a bit about their experiences. We can tell them about ours. Try and have like a community page where people can drop on and tell us about their experiences. I thought that'd be quite a good idea to have a community rather than a members only or guests
Or
against each other. You know, we can come on. You know, Para Unity is what it's all about, and us and everybody else. You know, and I'll be pushing out. So I'll build that page up, and we can call it, I don't know, Para Unity Community, something like that, maybe.
It's got a nice ring to it.
It has actually. You know, where did that come from? Thanks, Spirit. Or should I say thanks, Darren? That's where that one will come from, I bet. So that's what I hope to do on the new website so we can promote that. So, you know, pop on there, have a look, give us your feedback, see what you think of it. It's completely different from the .com one, which I built myself. This has been professionally built for me. So, yeah, it's good, but it needs a bit of tweaking anyway. Anyway, thank you for tuning in tonight and watching us. We're talking about Fort Widley. So the tickets are available for Fort Brockhurst, where you'll see us, myself, Jenny, Angela, Dora, Luke, and Lynn, and all of them will be there. So it's a great fort, massive place, very, very big place. you know, we can't wait to get back there. And we have a few other bits in the pipeline that obviously we'll put up when we've sorted them all out. A couple of places in Southampton we want to do. So keep an eye on the website or keep an eye on here, and we'll push them on here on our Facebook pages. You know, Host for Ghosts and South Coast Ghosts, we'll push them on there so everybody can see them. So only makes me say thank you, Graham, Alan, and everybody else for tuning in tonight. It's a bit boring, but I hope you enjoyed it about Fort Widley. So it was always a good night at Fort Widley. We had a good time, wet feet and all. But apart from that, the trench foot, as they call it. So, so I hope you enjoyed tonight. And it only makes me say have a very, very safe week. And we'll see you soon. Take care, everybody. Bye.
Bye.